Okay, the question here is that what is the pain, okay, which you can never solve no matter what you do? There is one pain which you can never solve it, no matter what you do till you end your life. So what is that?
Hunger and thirst.
No, that is a disease. It's not a pain. Hunger and thirst is there, but we are able to get some food and water. So that is a disease. You have to keep on attending to that disease. If you remove all the diseases in this world, hunger and thirst can never be removed.
Yeah, so that's what I thought is a pain.
No. You are working and doing all that to cure that disease. But there is a pain which no matter what you do can never be eliminated. And that is the cause for everything what is there. Which will come to that later. But first let me know what you think is the pain which can never be resolved.
Breath.
Okay, somewhat right, but not. That's not a pain. It is because of that the pain arises. This pain of breathing.
Okay, so now let the other two answer.
Yeah. All the three can try.
Is it death related one?
No. Death, we know you are going to die, but we all are happy that it's, even though we have seen somebody dying, we'll feel that that person has died, but I am not going to die. I have kept my health in a better way. I don't do this, I don't do that. So in that way, a human being will console himself. But there is one pain which no matter what you do can never be resolved.
Lost time?
No, if we were aware of the time, then we wouldn't have any ambition at all. If by chance we come to know the Kala, that day you will become a sannyasi. You will not worry about anything else at all. If all of us were to come to know about the Kala or the time lost and the time on hand, if we were to come to know of it, believe me, the very moment you will drop everything. You will not worry about anything after that. That is part of ignorance, so we will never do that. In fact, that becomes a solution to that problem. No idea?
I'm not getting.
Okay, no worries. The pain here is aging. Now, the problem with aging is the body is aging. So all the responsibilities, all the ownership, all the things which come is because of this body aging. If the body was not aging, then it would have been the best thing in the world. because
Static.
yeah, so you have become sthita prajna. You are stayed. Whereas the
But aging is with respect to what?
aging is aging. You are aging. You see, when you say you are aging, means you are aging in the body, but the responsibility is assigned to the body, not to you, because there is nobody you to be assigned. That's a pain.
See, aging means when you reach age of 10, would you like to be there only for long, or you will be looking for age of 15, age of 20? After reaching that high energy age of say 30 to 35, then the aging starts. Actually, aging means deterioration.
No, even that
You are worrying. You are worrying about at what point in time you are worrying about.
No, no,
Is it
no.
throughout the life you are worrying for?
It's a pain. See, if you are a 1 year old, you're expected to do something as a 1 year old. If you are a 5 year old, you're expected to do something as a 5 year old. If that is not there, then the parents will get anxious. Why my child is like this? Isn't it a pain?
Yes, because you have to study well and reach there. So say degree completion, for example, it is a painful.
Yes. And it comes with riders. It comes with lot of expectations. Your aging is in the body, not in the mind. You are not at all aging in the mind. You are modifying your attitude as per what the society wants, not as per what you want, which is again a pain.
Correct. That is right. What society wants. But if what I want, if I am trying to do that, that effort is not pain, right?
But you will never
If
be.
somebody wants something from out of me, that means either getting a highest marks or do your best. Everything is a painful process.
You will never get a chance to establish yourself. Simple.
Correct. That's right. That's right.
Throughout your life, not at the beginning. Throughout your life. And that's the.
So aging is now that it is with respect to the time.
We are part of time. So you are going to age. We are going to say yesterday.
Okay. In between, I have one question here.
Yes.
Between, I have a question here.
Yeah, go ahead.
From Mithya point of view, Satya and Mithya, we studied that. The time is static or it is really moving? Is it Mithya that it is moving?
There is no time at all. Satya is without time. Nothing moves. Consciousness does not move anywhere. So there is no time.
Okay. You can go ahead.
Yeah, so this is one pain which can never be solved, irrespective of what you believe or don't believe, whether you are a Shankaracharya's follower or some other follower or a Christian or a Muslim or a Hindu or animal or a plant or whatever it is. The pain of aging can never be removed. And beauty of that pain is, because the body is aging, you get married. That is, the body gets married. The body goes to school. The body says that this is my family. And the body will then accept a thing called as grandfather and grandmother and all that, because based upon the age. So what we have found out, or what you can at the max do, is to apply anti-aging creams and paint and all that, just to make sure that you don't look aged. That's all what you can do. So we can remove the skin and replace the skin with a new skin called as young and glow skin at the max. Okay, go to gymnasium and do some exercises so that the fat doesn't get deposited. So all these are some means to reduce the impact of aging. But sir, that's again a pain. That's pain you have to take. You have to go to the gym and work out, or you have to do yogasana or exercise, or look at your eating pattern, nutrition level, and this and that. And the whole thing is a pain. And there is no guarantee that by doing all of this also you will become lean or whatever it has to be. Because the skin, if it is dry, it can never be made oily. You can apply the cream, after some time the cream goes away, so the dry skin remains as dry skin. And somebody's skin is oily, that guy cannot make it dry. He can apply, keep on applying something or the other, and it will go away. And nobody can do anything of becoming bald or having white hair. So I can paint that, I can put a color. So I am deceiving myself by doing all of that. That's a max thing I can do for the society, because I feel when I go out on the road, somebody is going to question me and say that, what Villa, suddenly you have turned like this, you never used to be like that. And then I feel hurt that they are able to find out my age. So we ask a question. Somebody says that you look so young. So why do we feel so happy? Because the pain is removed for that moment. So we all want to look young. And then we have come up with a new concept called 50 is new thing, and 40 is new, 60 is just starting of life. And some concept you have to come up, because you cannot stop aging. And all the problems have started with aging. From 1 year old or 6 month old or 3 month old or 1 day old, because of Kala, there is all kind of problem. If there was no Kala, then there wouldn't have been any problem. So coming out of Kala is the best thing to do. What do you think? Anybody can speak.
Then we will take things as it comes. We will not even think of moksha, meaning striving and being spiritual is one thing, but having the desire of moksha will not be also there, right? Because this kala is a continuous thing. Meaning, if you are not in this birth, you will be in another birth. You will be, you would have a day after day. I don't know how I am putting it. I'm not able to articulate it well. You're moving into, as long as you don't care about it, you will also not say, I want to stop living, or I want to attain moksha. Meaning, I want no longer to come back into this cycle. Because you have accepted that cycle, meaning this is a part of continuity which is going on and on. Kala is going to move, and then you are going to age, somebody is going to die, they will get a rebirth, they will keep moving. But then if you give up that kind of a feeling of age, then there is no desire for moksha also, right?
No, it is like you have to remove the thorn using a sharp instrument only. You cannot say that let that thorn come on its own. Similarly, you need to have desire is a sword. It's a two-way sword. One way it cuts the existence, another way it increases existence. So you have to use.
No, but now my emphasis is not on the word desire. My emphasis is on the word. I don't want to be as a part of this age, because this. See, when we are saying we are taking a rebirth and we are coming again and again, we are falling into that cycle. That's all.
Yes.
Meaning that cycle, once we fall, we will go through that cycle.
Yes.
Another time we fall, we go through the cycle.
That's correct, Padma.
Okay, so what I am saying is, if you are giving up on the fact that you are aging, you will consider the whole thing as a continuum. Meaning, there is this whole thing will keep continuing. Then you may not need to have the desire of, if you accept age, then you don't need to have that this one of moksha is also is what I'm saying. Meaning you will it not push you to see moksha also as okay, that is that final full stop which is there.
Right. So
All these are karmas which we are getting.
no, if you accept really internally the aging, then you have taken the other side of the sword which will cut the existence. So there is no kala. Fighting with aging is one side of the sword, which is what we are trying to do, and not fighting with it and accepting that it is aging is there because that I had an intention of doing something or the other. So that acceptance will cut the existence, which is the other side of the sword. Then it will automatically take. So you don't have to strive for liberation, you are already liberated. The reason is that once you accept aging, really, you will not have wife or husband or daughter or son or job or home or anything. You would immediately get into vairagya. And that's it. Right now itself it will happen. You don't have to work out on anything. If you can penetrate into the aging process, look at your own life from the time you have started the journey till today. Your body is growing, but you as a consciousness is not growing. Now the problem is that the society or whoever or the family or whatever it is decides what you should do based upon your body or the body, which is diminishing all the time. So the only eventuality is death, which means that they are going to lose you or you are going to lose them, whichever way it works. Or they go on job or wherever it is, whichever country or whichever place, or they get married and they have their own life and to lead. But ultimately you have caught up with aging. Nothing that anybody can do. So if somebody were to really penetrate on aging, that person immediately gets into vairagya and he will see what is nitya and anitya, which is viveka. So the 9 factors which are required as per sadhana chatushtaya starts to happen immediately, not after some time, immediate, as we speak.
Vilas, one question I have.
Yes.
See, the moment you are always realizing that you are not your body, you are not your mind, both of them put together,
Right.
it is already you are away from the aging process, right?
Yes, but
Because age is only towards the physical body, not to the you that we are saying that you are not the body, you are not the
perfect.
mind.
Perfect.
You are something other than these two.
Padmashri, the whole idea of Vedanta is to understand the real I. Okay, so if at all you are able to understand that consciousness, which stays as a witness and the body and the mind is moving, if you are able to experience that movement of body and mind is aging, so you will let go. If at all you let go, you as a witness consciousness, then do you have a wife? No. Do you have a son? No. Do you have a daughter? No. Do you have a home? No. Do you have a job? No. Nothing is there. So you will not waste your time doing any one of these. Or I will not do any one of these, having understood this. So I'll first get into vairagya. So then I will see the job is a burden. So I will quit the job. I will see family is a burden. I'll quit the family from the mind. So then I will see what all I can remove. So I can remove the job because I am already having enough money and there's no point in doing the same circle of life again and again and again, going to office, working there and the same project or different project, different individual, same kind of mindset, different kind of mindset. They all are aging, so it doesn't really matter. Good news is that at least for my safeguard as food and shelter, clothing, medicine, all that I have enough. So immediately, right now, I'll quit the job. I don't have to be associated. So what leaves to me is only the family. So that there's no point in throwing them away, saying that, or I myself going away, saying that, look, you deal with yourself, I will deal myself, and hurting them, because they're also aging, they're also dying, they're also happy. Everything is happening to them as it's happening to me. So what I can do is I can cut the relationship from the mind. So if I can cut the relationship from the mind, I have stopped aging. Because the wife will age and husband will age. If wife and husband are not there, I just take them as body, nothing else than body, then there is no aging. And there was no wife and husband in the first place. And then the mind also changes. Every day mind is this or that, or depending on the situation. So that means it's also aging. What the mind was there in first standard of my existence or first year of my existence is not the same mind what I have now. So how can I rely on that mind which is aging based upon situation? So I will drop the mind also. So the mind dropped, body dropped, beautiful. I have let go of the pain, or let go of that burden which I was carrying, called as body and mind. And with mind goes all relationship, with body goes this aging process, where I have to safeguard my age because I look smart, or I look young, or I look something, and I have to keep on worrying over whether I'm looking good today or not. What will people think? So now there are no people, there is nothing there. So this practically I can implement it right now and get away with it. Any comments?
So it is just changing the perspective in the mind.
Yes. So today what happened is that I was supposed to bring some vegetable. Okay. So I started observing how vegetable deteriorates. And the same deterioration we are eating. So it is deteriorating. And if you see, the body is deteriorating, but people associate with this body, which is deterioration. So how stable it is? Highly unstable. Now, the mind is also deteriorating based upon situation. So I was looking at this pain can never be resolved. You need to use an axe and cut that tree of samsara. That's the only thing you can do. Nothing else can be done. You can't tweak the branches, you can't tweak the twigs, or you can't tweak something else or whatever. That's not going to help. Or neither knowing all the leaves, which is the Vedas, is going to help in resolving this aging. So the only thing I can do for myself is to cut the tree of samsara. That's the only thing I can do. I can't be compassionate to that life, to that tree of samsara. It has got branches where a lot of birds are there. There are a lot of nests. They are relying upon me. They are so associated with me, and I need to go and fetch food for them. All of that is untrue. The only truth is cutting it with axe. No delay, right now, not tomorrow. Because tomorrow means again samsara is going to flow till then. So while I'm driving back home after buying vegetable, I asked this question to my wife: what is this most painful thing in this world where you cannot resolve it. So she also said me hunger. I said no. That is a byproduct. Initially, I was fed with Cerelac and Amul spray and some milk. Do you think that is possible anymore for me? No. Because the body has grown, so it is decaying actually. So because it is decaying, you have to keep on feeding it with every 4 hours, you have to keep on feeding the elements. Prithvi, Apo, Vayu, Tejo. To keep on feeding it. That's all that body is all about. Mind, it's also aging. The 1-year-old child, the way it does things is totally different than this 49-year-old who is sitting here and talking. So they both are different, and it has aged. So this consciousness cannot rely upon the body which is moving out, and cannot rely on the mind which is moving out. The only thing it can rely on is itself, its own very self, and remove this burden of mind and body forever. So body has aging, mind has relationship. Both are gone. So I've stopped aging, stopped the movement. Any questions? In fact, Lata had asked me, can you tell me, today's discussion should have been how practically we can implement, or as an intellectual, how can I implement it in my life? That means I know intellectually what should be done. So now what is that I need to do? So she wanted me to talk about that, and this morning I had this beautiful vision. So how you can really look at it. So if we can apply Vedanta, the sadhana chatustaya on aging, you will get released.
So you mean to say that we have to keep on contemplating on this?
Yep. Which is more easier, basically. You are able to see your aging.
Yeah, correct.
And your mind is also aging, meaning as the situation comes, you can bring in your awareness and see that consciousness through which you can see, oh, mind is playing games, which you have been telling me, Lata, that you are able to see mind play games. So now don't associate and call it as your mind. You are saying my mind is playing, so you don't use that. You just say mind is playing game. And don't use it is my body which is doing this. It's just a body. It's coming out of plants, nothing else. It's not your body. So if I associate it as my body, my mind, then I am aging along with that. If I don't associate it as my body, my mind, then there is no aging, because there is no kala. Irrespective of whether body and mind exist or not, consciousness exists.
Yeah, that anyway you can make out by your own life, right?
Yes.
From the time you were
Born.
you were conscious of yours.
Yes.
Or born, or at least the time you can remember, there is a sense of you. Yes. Continuously,
yes. So you have witnessed body changing, you have witnessed mind changing, but
yes.
The difference was that I had associated myself as that body and that mind. What I need to do is that disassociate it. Finished. So this morning I got relieved of the pain.
Yeah. So this anyway, I intellectually understood, Vilas, that this is what you have continuously. You will have to identify yourself with that all the time. and not with the body and the mind. How to establish within that is the thing. So you mean to say that you keep on contemplating on this and then you become that.
Yes, so there are two approaches you can take. One is the Vedanta approach of establishing sadhana chatustaya. Another one you can approach through Buddha, and he talks about dependent origination. That also leads to that. So if you are comfortable with sadhana chatustaya, then you can follow that. If that is not working, you can then follow the Noble Eightfold Path and also this dependent origination where you have steps. So both will lead to the same outcome. The Vedanta of Shankara leads you to the same outcome, absolute same outcome. There is no difference in the outcome. So whichever you are comfortable. Madhvacharya or the duality is life. So if I take Durga or Lakshmi or Shiva or Parvati or whatever, or any goddess or god, that will take me only till Savikalpa Samadhi state, wherein the dependency is there. That means if I take Durga as an example, it will give me relief in the mind. So mind will stop that movement, but the body moving I can observe, but I am not connected with the body, but I am completely connected with the mind. That is, the consciousness is still bent upon holding the mind for itself. So become Savikalpa Samadhi. The advantage of Savikalpa Samadhi is that you will not be born in a human realm of existence anymore. You will be born in that Deva realm where you have affinity towards, but it's still an existence. So those people who cannot get this Vedanta correctly of establishing the 9 attributes what Shankara is talking about, then for them it is good to take Durga or Parvati or Shiva or Vishnu or Krishna or Rama or whatever they want to take it. Even the Allah or Muhammad, the Muhammad, or you can take Buddha, or you can take whatever, Jesus, or whatever they believe. So they can take that and establish Savikalpa Samadhi. But the problem is Nirakara Nirguna Brahman can never be experienced with Savikalpa Samadhi. That's a barrier.
Yeah, so even if you go to the direct path, and even if the sadhana chadushtaya is not completely established,
yes, you will fall down.
Still you will still be able to see glimpses of it.
Yes.
Then you would not be able to establish that.
Yes, see what will happen is, a good question, Lata, is that if you, how much ever you have established on that sadhana chatustaya, you will get Savikalpa Samadhi and little bit of Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So what happens is that you are able to have good bhakti. That means you have established bhakti very well using the sadhana chatustaya, because the mind is getting purified through the sadhana chatustaya. To that extent you believe in Shankara's teaching, so you get lot of shraddha, and because bhakti transfers itself into shraddha, you will start gaining knowledge, which is Nirvikalpa Samadhi, but you are not able to completely establish it. There are gaps, but Savikalpa Samadhi will get established.
Yeah, so I think even this establishing the sadhana chadushtaya sometimes takes lifetimes.
Yes, especially Viveka and Vairagya are not simple. That to work, you have to have Shama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, 4 things.
Yes.
Then if those 4 things are working, that means you have to be able to cut the senses from sense object. If that sense and sense object cannot be cut for whatever reason, so then you have to go to Durga Parameshwari or some god and say that I am not able to do so, please help me. And we can look at Hari, we can look at Krishna, we can look at Rama, or you can look at whomever you want. But you have to stop Shankara's following and go into some Savikalpa Samadhi route. Can be anyone.
Yeah, so I think, so if you're not able to establish the sadhana chatushtaya, then the other option is you leave all that and then just believe in some God.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
follow that.
Yes.
And then slowly that get established.
Yes, through that bhakti
so.
marga, yes, through that belief in that one single God, you should not be wavering. So
Yes.
yeah, because in that Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna uses in two places, one in 2nd chapter and one in the 14th chapter, where he says avvicharini. That means vyabhicharini means a person who is prostituting, acts like a prostitute. That means I have Krishna, then I have Rama also, I have Durga also, I have Lakshmi also, then I have Shiva also, I have that also, that also. So it is like going to prostitutes. So the mind should be established in one. If Durga is there, it's only Durga, that's all. I care a damn about Shiva temple or Vishnu temple or this temple or that temple. I don't go there. If I believe in Krishna, then it's only Krishna. Simple. Wherever Krishna is there, I'll go there. If I believe in Rama, then it's only Rama temple. If I believe in Jesus Christ, I just believe in Jesus. I don't believe in anything else. I will not shop somewhere here, somewhere there, somewhere there, somewhere there, saying that no, this is my tradition. I need to go to all of this. Otherwise, that person will feel bad. This person will feel bad. Or my parents will feel bad. Or that will feel bad. Nothing like that. Then there is no bhakti. It is vyabhicharini. That is prostitution.
Yeah, so even if bhakti is also not possible, then you have to go to karma yoga.
Yes. Through karma yoga, you can do it, right, where the phala can be given off to the that Ishvara. But that will again take you to Savikalpa Samadhi. It will not take you to Nirvikalpa Samadhi.
Yeah, correct. No, I think I'm just trying to see the steps.
Yes.
In which level you are in, that path you have to take.
Yes. So this is what I was trying to explain to Bhatt yesterday, that you have to see within yourself what is working for you, not what you think should work. That again is a problem. We should look at what is working for us and then take the one which is really working out for you. Don't have to get locked into the tradition through which we are coming. I should be open enough to look at what is working for me. If that is working for me, great. If this is working for me, great. The only thing I need to know is that if I follow anything else other than Shankara's sadhana chatushtaya, liberation is not possible. Simple. Realization is possible. Liberation is out of question. So if I am gunning at liberation, I need to see that I can establish sadhana chatushtaya. Now for some reason it is not working out for me, then there's no point in struggling there. I have to accept that there will be another birth for me when I can mature enough to go to that state. And instead of supplying it with negativity, I should go and adopt a doctrine or a philosophy which will take me to Savikalpa Samadhi. So there are two choices to make, a Savikalpa route or a Nirvikalpa route. Nirvikalpa is direct route, straight. This is not for everyone. This is only for those people who are already jnanis and they are able to understand, they are able to immediately get into Vairagya. And if I am not able to do so, there is no point in going behind and saying that, look, I want to do Vairagya, Viveka, Shama, Dhamma, Uparati, Titiksha, Samadhana, all of that. That makes no sense. I might be reading it very well. I might understand good amount of Sanskrit. I might go into Nirupti, which is the analyzing the root. I might give a discourse like this. I might be the best ever orator ever found. I might be the most popular person, all of that, but I still cannot solve aging. So it is no use. Because consciousness never ages. And consciousness is not 2-3 people, it's just consciousness. So if I am trying to impress people with my talk, that means I have already fallen in a pit. So then sadhana chatustaya is not my route. I have to search for something which will give me that unity kind of a feel. So I need to join a God. Then I can feel secured. Unity is there. So you have bhakti yoga, karma yoga, and jnana yoga. So yeah, correct. Karma, bhakti, jnana.
Yeah. Or else you have to follow this Patanjali Yoga Sutra and then get the mind into the tranquil state, and then you could.
There again, there again, you again get into savikalpa samadhi. Yama niyama will have to be established first. See, whatever it is, consciousness is pure and bright. So first and foremost is the mind should be established like consciousness.
Yes.
So if anything lesser than that is done, meaning if I cannot establish the 40 attributes as a bhakta or 20 attributes as a jnani, then Bhagavad Gita route is not my route. I am fooling myself. It's better to close that book and just relax. Okay, if I am going by Patanjali, if that is my way to go, then without yama and niyama, doing asana, pranayama, pratyahara, all that will never happen. So people get stuck only with the physical pranayama and physical asana, which will make their body look good. So they feel, I have stopped aging. However, they are aging and then they die, and that's all. There ends the matter. Because the yama and niyama are totally spoiled. So they'll again get back into the lower realm of existence or the same realm of existence. So they don't understand everything is controlled by sattva, rajas, tamas. They still keep on calling that I am doing this, look how I can do 108 Surya Namaskar, and I can do that, I can hold my breath for long and all that. So all those stupid ideas would come and kill that person, because he is not able to find out that he is rajasic. When he says that I can hold my breath for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, he is rajasic person. Sattvic person will never do that. He understands that it is coming from consciousness. He'll never say that I am doing it. So somebody comes on TV or comes on something and says that, look, I'm able to do this and do that and do 100 different asanas. That means that person is a rajasic tamasic person. So it will never work. So he has not understood the gunas. He has to become gunatita. So this route will not make him gunatita. So following Patanjali Yoga Sutra without yama and niyama is like killing yourself with a 8-barrel gun. Okay, so this is the first thing. If I go by Vedanta, if I am a Shankara follower, first and foremost I need to do is establish sadhana chatustaya. Simple. Nothing else. No more, no less. Start with that morality. Viveka, Vairagya, Shama, Dhamma, Uparati, Titiksha, Samadhana, all of that. Mumukshatva should be there right now. Right now I want to be liberated. Then it works. Otherwise, Shankara is not the right person to follow also. Then I have to do karma yoga, wherein I just give every fruit of action to that God. And I come to some idol or some God or something like that and pray, boss, I'm not able to get anything. You only have to guide me. This is where the Dasa Sahitya and all that is there. And they all stood with Krishna, because Krishna is pure consciousness. And they never went in search of anybody else. They never went in search of Vishnu. They never went in search of Shiva. They didn't go in anywhere. All the Dasa Sahitya's book, if somebody were to read, it's all on Krishna. Because Krishna is pure consciousness. That's the best way to do. Other than that, if I were to go into learning something and knowing something, listening to discourses, doing little of this, little of that, little of this, little of that, it is not going to help. So that will remove the person from sadhana chatustaya if I am working as per Shankara. If I'm not establishing the moral foundation, if I'm, let us say, I'm a follower of Buddha, then if I'm not following the moral foundation, then it is of no use. So I'll fail there. If I'm going by Patanjali Yoga Sutra, I'm not putting yama and niyama in practice, but I'm interested in the other things which are very easy. That is asana and pranayama. So, and that is also nothing to do with Patanjali. It is actually part of Hatha Yoga, Pradipika. So all the asanas, all the pranayama practices have got nothing to do with Patanjali. So in the name of Patanjali, I'm fooling myself. So I'm just doing physical exercises, which is beneficial for this life, absolutely true, but it doesn't lead to either realization or liberation. So I fooled myself again. And if I talk about karma yoga, but I am expecting a lot of laurels and benefits and all that in whatever I'm doing as a husband or as a wife or as a employee or as an employer or whatever the roles are, I am not giving anything back to the Ishvara. So it is of, again, I failed in that. So even the karma yoga is also not part of me. Bhakti yoga is also not part of me because I have not established proper bhakti. I am acting like a prostitute, going behind so many different approaches, trying it out, trying this, trying that, trying this, trying that. So bhakti also doesn't make sense. And finally, jnana will not come. It is only intellectual insight which will come, which will go away as soon as we die. And that's it.
So for me, if I want to go through this Jnana Marga, so the sadhana chadushtaya has to be established.
Completely.
How to establish this? Yeah. So how to establish this sadhana chadushtaya? So what I am trying to do is trying to observe my mind.
Yes.
What thoughts are coming at every moment, and then see what is the environment inside my mind.
Correct.
And if you are able to control that mind, then the sadhana chadushtaya will get established, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. If I am not able to do that, then I have to go back to Muriga. And then
Yes, you have to go back to
follow
Murga. Yes.
Bhakti. Okay, fine.
That is correct. So it's very straightforward now.
Yep, fine. After a lot of talking, so many years of talking, I got this much of clarity. What really needs to be done.
Yes. So we have to choose between three. Karma, bhakti, jnana. Shankaracharya doesn't
And
talk.
everything
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, and everything will culminate in Jnana Yoga only.
Yeah. Ultimately, you get
Right.
jnana. So you get only savikalpa jnana, not the nirvikalpa jnana in the other two. Because the foundation is not there, Lata. See, the foundation of vairagya is not there, actually. You have to leave that also. You have to leave that God also.
Yeah. The Ishvara also has to be left behind.
Yes. So, in a nutshell, if somebody, Padmashri, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to finally say, what I feel I wanted to just say. Ultimately, I feel that jnana and bhakti are one and the same. They are not different at all, is what I feel.
All the three are.
I don't know. This is this one because I have grown listening to that small short paragraph which is preceding Bhaja Govindam by Rajaji. That when I keep listening to that, I feel they are so much exchangeable. And meaning at that time I did not understand. As and when I was growing up, I have been able to understand that one. So that is where I feel always we come to the fact that Jnana Marga, Bhakti Marga is everything, and finally only Jnana Marga is. But according to me, there is no difference at all. Meaning Jnana, Bhakti, Karma, all of them culminate. They are all same. What I feel.
From the consciousness perspective, Padmashri, it is correct. If you are able to establish in consciousness, there is no thing called as karma, there is no thing called as bhakti, there is no thing called as jnana. Simple. But if you look from the mind, I as the mind, okay, then there is karma, because mind does karma. Mind is into bhakti, devotion. It's not the consciousness is in devotion. Consciousness has got nothing to do with devotion or not being devoted. It is the mind which has to get devoted. The chitta has to get devoted, not the chit. And jnana, who should get the jnana? The chitta should get the jnana. The jivi or the jiva should get the jnana, not the Paramatma. That doesn't have to have any jnana. It's already having jnana. So, if you are talking from Paramatma point of view, there is no difference between the karma, bhakti, jnana, or whatever we want to come up with. That doesn't exist because it is already transcended. There's nothing more to transcend. It has transcended the guna. But mind being part of prakriti is stuck in guna. So it depends on.
Yeah, but why do we finally say everything has jnana is the highest? Why do we finally say?
Jnana means what is perfectly real. So for that you need to work, and when you start establishing either sadhana chatushtaya or you start establishing yama niyama, you will yourself come to know what is bhakti, what is jnana, and what is karma.
Okay.
Conceptually speaking or intellectually speaking, it doesn't make any sense, and that's the reason all of these, that is, Shankaracharya is so straight, so correct, that he brought up Viveka Chudamani or Bhajagovindam is a consolidation of everything. So only looking at Bhajagovindam will not lead into anything, because he talks in a way that a person who is a jnani understands it perfectly. Otherwise it goes as a devotion, a bhakti. No, because it says Bhaja Govindam doesn't mean that he's trying to say just by uttering Govindam you are going to get rid of all of this. No, Govinda is, meaning of Govinda is owner of senses. So
exactly. No, that is what Vilas, that is exactly what I wanted to say. When we say Bhaja Govindam, it does not mean bhakti alone there.
Yes,
what I'm saying.
yes, absolutely.
I'm saying that is where he shows the culmination that both of them are same. Is what
Right, it is correct. It is when
I am not saying Bhaja Govindam because I say, see the word Bhaja Govindam, it means it is bhakti, it is talking about pray to Govinda. I am not saying that. I am just saying Bhaja Govindam in essence is the culmination of
Yes.
jnana and bhakti is what I think.
yeah, it is a culmination of all the three: karma, bhakti, jnana.
Yeah.
Okay, because he talks about what is your karma also should be. So he says kate kanta kaste putra samsaro yama ativa vichitraha. So that means that you are not supposed to think about wife and children, or rather husband and wife. If you are a woman trying towards this, don't consider anyone as your husband and children. If you are doing as a husband or you are doing as a man, then don't consider anything like a wife and children, because their karma is different, your karma is different. Simple. So if somebody cannot understand kate kanta kaste putra samsaro yama ativa vichitraha, that means he is not supposed to be reading anything further on Bhaja Govindam. Simple as that. He has to first establish the sadhana chatushtaya. Then he will understand what is this thing called as kate kanta kaste putraha. Otherwise that person will be keep on reading that every day. He will read, or every morning once and afternoon once and evening once he will read. Just like I go to a doctor, take a prescription, and I don't buy the medicine, I will just keep on repeating what the prescription is. 2 tablets in the morning, 2 tablets in the afternoon, 2 tablets in the evening, and then 2 tablets in the morning, 2 tablets in the afternoon, 2 tablets in the evening. I have not bought a tablet, neither I have taken it in my body. But I believe that by doing this, I am going to get rid of the disease. No. Similarly, if I don't establish sadhana chatushtaya, it is not at all possible, and Shankara Marga is not easy. It's difficult and almost impossible. So for those people or for me who cannot establish this sadhana chatushtaya, there's no point in wasting my time. I need to go to some god or deity because now I have to approach that god. Because I'm not able to do it. Now the god only can help me. It can be Sri Hari, it can be Durga, it can be Krishna, it can be Rama, it can be whatever. But that is what it is. If nothing works, be a materialistic, enjoy life, forget all about spiritual. Just do your religious ceremonies and enjoy your life. There's nothing wrong. You'll get another life, better life, and then try from there. Yes, I agree with you, Padmashri, that all the three culminate, but that is from, if I'm able to see, from consciousness. But you have become very silent, so you can ask me a question.
Yesterday I was discussing, so today I thought, let me go to listening mode.
Okay, it's okay. It was good. Actually, I was telling Lata, whatever Bhatt asks makes me think, makes me experience intensely, because it really opens up a lot of things for me. If you have not triggered yesterday, this morning's intuition or vision wouldn't have happened. So I feel very much gratitude for you that you bring in questions and we discuss, and that helps me.
I thought yesterday I disturbed your mind.
No, not at all. You did not. So you did not disturb. See, if I am getting disturbed, but then I am not the right person to talk on this at all. I did not get disturbed at all.
Now, good thing is you are getting some intuition to talk next day. That is interesting.
Yes. And it's all because of...
yeah, see, I go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. You go ahead.
No, go ahead. You wanted to say something.
I said that is that intuition is happening because three of you. It is not happening because of me.
Okay.
You are making me grow. Simple.
See, yesterday, based on our discussion was Prakriti is different and Purusha is different. The topic is slightly different. And yesterday I got some knowledge on the Purusha, the Chaitanya. That's all everywhere. There is nothing called Prakriti. Prakriti is also a blind belief.
Yes. Correct.
Maybe sometime later we can talk on that. I think you'll be knowing in depth about this.
No, that is the most depth. So if you can establish something on the sadhana chatushtaya, but it becomes very easy for you.
I need to go for another meeting.
Yeah.
Same thing. I think.
I'll continue 5 minutes if you have time.
Yes, I can. I can.
On this only.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will leave.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, but
This is a part of Aitareya Upanishad. That's in Rigveda. My Veda is Rigveda. And I started thinking that what is Rigveda, why I am there, and what I am supposed to know. You see, there is something called, wherever you are born, there is some reason. And try to understand that first. Then you understand outside of that. That means you will get real knowledge. So, somebody told me, there is one Rigvedi, one guru in, I met him in Kolhapur. That is Karavira Mata. I went there and I was there with him for 1 full day and night. He taken care of me so much. It's about 3 years ago. And then I was telling that this is what I am doing, Veda study. He told me, no, first you study wherever you are born, understand that. After understanding, you should do other studies. So Rigveda is yours. You do Rigveda. That's what he told me. Because Sringeri is Yajurveda. Okay. I am from Rigveda. So So then I was thinking that I should do the study of at least one Rigveda, maybe Upanishad. So I came to know recently Aitare Upanishad is the only Upanishad I think in Rigveda. That is Vang Me Manasi Pratishtita, Mano Me, that is that, that sloka, that one. So there, that Paramartha, this Vyakhana, I was just trying to understand. So there, it initially says that how I am evolved, that is from a journey, there are three births. First birth is from that coming to that Purusha's body and coming to then mother's body, then after that moving this body to another body. So this is what 3 births it talks about. And they are using the technique of explaining Adhyaropa Apavada, that is same Shankaracharya's philosophy, Mithya. And then finally Prajnanam Brahma is that Mahavakya. In that Prajnanam Brahma, and it reached a stage telling that because you are interacting through your Panchendriyas with this world, actually behind that you have that Chaitanya.
Correct.
And okay, this Panchendriyas interacting this world, that is all dissolved in your this Sushupti.
Correct.
When everything dissolved means actually it is not there.
Correct.
And this Panchabhuta is actually, it is a part of Chaitanya only. Through Chaitanya's eye you are going to see that, otherwise it is not there.
Correct.
So that is what was the explanation. And that is what Prajnanam Brahma ultimately. That is what I thought, let me discuss with you how you are trying
No,
to
I fully agree. That
analyze
is
this
no, that,
and give.
yeah, that is
Because
the
so far our understanding, these two are the basic things, because that is our Advaita. This is different, that is different. Prakriti is different, Purusha is different. Throughout understanding. Yes, fully agreed. But finally, when you reach that last stage, as you mentioned today's discussion, that is the Prajnanam, that's finally ultimately is the Brahmasmi. So there, at which point we are now taking it to both are same. That means Chaitanya is nothing but Prakriti only. Actually, there is no Prakriti.
yes. See, this culminates like
Maybe we can cover sometime later. It may require 1 full hour. I just want to listen.
Yeah,
You
sure.
will get some.
No problem.
You will get some intuition. Based on that, you can come and share with us.
Tomorrow we will do it. Absolutely. But I have an answer in a very short right now, but we can deal with it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if you want me to conclude through a short answer, it is like this. First you need to see
Yes,
that.
yes, no problem.
First you need to see that Prakriti is Ananta, Purusha is Ananta. That means they are separated themselves. Okay. But without Purusha, there cannot exist anything called as Prakriti. Meaning, all of these appear in consciousness. They don't appear separately by itself. Got it? So, first you have to experience what is Prakriti. Meaning, you have to understand what is Prakriti completely. And when you purify the Bhuta, it will open up how the Purusha is associated with Prakriti. Okay. So, if you purify all the 5 elements, which is called as Bhuta Shuddhi, then you will be able to see Chitta Shuddhi. And in Chitta Shuddhi, once it happens, the consciousness itself is everything. So there is no duality, and that becomes a Dvaita. Meaning this world or the 5 senses or the 5 elements and the Karmendriyas, Jnanendriya, this one, that one, whatever we are speaking about, which is part of Prakriti, no longer exist. It is an illusion or a Maya created by the consciousness, and its consciousness alone is depicting as a duality in the sense that there is no real duality, and hence it is a Dvaita.
Yeah, correct. Because one explanation given somewhere in that is, this Prakriti cannot be understood by a human being.
Yes.
Because if you go through physics way, you go up to atom, and from there you can break into neutron, proton, electron and all that. Further what? Not able to do.
Yes.
It stops there.
Yes.
So if you really understand the depth, and you have to enter only into spirituality, there it gives a clarity.
Yes.
Actually, it is a part of Brahman, and you cannot analyze the Brahman. It's beyond your understanding level.
Yes. So for that, you have to only understand Prakriti, because you are made out of Prakriti. You cannot understand Purusha.
Yes, from the Prakriti you cannot understand Purusha. That's true.
So what you're going to do is you only understand Prakriti, then the Purusha reveals itself.
Yes.
So then you will come to know that without Purusha, there is no concept of Prakriti, because the Prakriti becomes just a concept. It's just a concept. There's no reality there, and hence it is an illusion. And you solve the problem. The problem of Prakriti is solved forever.
Yeah.
And then you are Aham Brahmasmi.
Correct.
That's all. So this is the shortest.
Shravanam Mananam Nididhyasanam. You have to continuously do this.
Yes.
Shravanam Mananam Nididhyasanam. In the Nididhyasanam, we are trying to reach there.
Yes. No, you will reach there, provided the sadhana chatustaya is completely established. Otherwise, you will see Prakriti as Prakriti. Intellectually, you will understand. Oh, Prakriti is same within Purusha. All that you will understand. But you will not experience it. Unless you experience it, it is not your reality. It is just a book reality.
Correct. It is somebody's reality, like Newton's law. It is his reality, not ours.
Not your reality. So we can only go into the understanding, writing, reading perspective, but we will never experience what is said in the book.
Yes.
So that is possible only when we establish sadhana chatustaya.
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
We will continue tomorrow.
Okay, and maybe we can continue on this tomorrow only.
Yeah. I just want to discuss about that your contract related. Maybe 5 more minutes. Thanks so much.
I will drop off then.
Yeah, sure.
I will drop off.
Yeah.
Oh. Thanks, Vilas.
Yeah, thank you.
ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್